First, I want to hold up all of the applications of the people that we went out and got to go through the Section 3 application process for CHA. Some of those people are here today. Secondly, I want to say to you, we're brought upon this meeting. It came from us consistently writing to the incoming Republican senator after we talked to a lot of the Democratic representatives in our community, including Congressman Davis. After the Republican senator responded back to us in writing, I took those letters to Congressman Davis and said to him that he needs to step in on this process because it's been going on too long. We did send 2 members to Washington, and by the time they came back from Washington, the meeting was being called. I want to show you how the process is working, how they're excluding us from the process. They have a document called How to Evade Affirmative Action Program in Chicago that's being distributed amongst all of the white contractors on how to put a black contract out of business, how to strangle a black contractor, how to run him away from the process. And number 6 on this document says at the end of the paragraph, let me read number 6, the end of it. It says, next time they won't be so eager. I'm just reading just a little, just the end of it. But you definitely need a copy of How to Evade the Affirmative Action Program. Because once you understand this document, then you understand how we're being excluded from the contracts along with the jobs. This document was drafted by the then Affirmative Action Director of Chicago Public Schools, Rusty Castillo. She was over affirmative action, so she wrote a document on how to counteract the program. I'm going to go to the project that brought along a lot of this, that we have the evidence on. Because a lot of times we talk about this stuff, but we don't have evidence. Let me give you some evidence. In April of 2010, Alderman Ed Smith put me up over a project called the Ogden North Project. And if you go to HUD's website and hit Illinois, first your picture comes up. And then if you go to number 2, then the picture of the groundbreaking for Ogden North comes up on the national web site for HUD. On that project, once Alderman Smith put me at the table with Brenshaw Michaels. This is in April. First email is April 5th, 2010. The last email. So from April 10th to January 6th on this project, I was right there at the table compiling data on the Brenshaw Michael project. I brought in 7 contractors from the community and over 200 people to fill out the applications just from that project. None of the people were hired, none of the contractors were hired.
They made us
any of them. Okay?
We joined the damn union, and then we joined the union and they didn't give us shit. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But I lost almost $3,000 and I am pissed. Because I didn't get a contract out the deal, and they pissed me off, and I'm still pissed.
So, let me finish this, and I want to show you how the process works. Now, by law, under Davis-Bacon, or the prevailing wage, it doesn't say that you have to be union. It says that you have to pay prevailing wage, all right? It says that you have to pay prevailing wage. But here in Chicago Housing Authority, this sister right here from the procurement department tells you that you have to be in the union. See, there's an unholy alliance between the unions and Chicago Housing Authority in Chicago.
And they made us
unions back all of our elected officials and they control all of the construction here. So until you support us pushing for a right to work state against the unions, then you will never be able to fulfill Section 3. Now, there are 3 ways that you talk about fulfilling Section 3.
Scott,
we
want you to wrap up your statement.
I would like to speak again.
I understand.
Okay.
We want you to wrap up.
Let me me show you how they're doing this and how these people are directly involved. Whether it's him, Terry Peterson, Vince Lane, all these guys, they're involved with this, along with the black developers and the white developers. They're all in cahoots with this. Now, when they do it, it kind of threw me off when they're talking to me. But I want to say to you, those 3 ways to fulfill these goals. They talk about 30% new hires. That's not enough. Let's go to the second step, where it says 10% of the total dollar amount should go to Section 3 business concerns. We went to Mary Howard, who was then at the table with Mr. Jordan, the rest of the representatives. We had a meeting down at his office with them when this project first began with Alderman Smith. And we said to them, give us the 10% of the total dollar amount and we'll fulfill all the Section 3 business concerns. The new hires, donate to the nonprofits, and any other way we need to do this. They didn't want to do this because the deal had already been made with Brenshaw Michaels, who's, the guy that runs Brenshaw Michaels used to work for the Chicago Department of Housing. Most of these major developers have people that used to work for the Department of Housing running their operations. So that's why everything is fixed. If you go to CIC, CIC controls all the investment money and all that kind of thing. You know, this is a quasi-fifth floor organization. It's ran by Jack Markowski, who used to be the head of the Department of Housing. So all of these people are in cahoots to swap this money amongst each other, and they put these black faces out here to lie to our black people. But I'll leave you with this, since you want to rush us.
You can have my 2 minutes.
The next meeting with all these people would be President Obama's Egypt down at his campaign headquarters. We're going to have our meeting down there. That's how we're going to get our answers, because y'all been slapping us in the face. And when we speak up, y'all put the police on us.
Thank you, Mr. Carter.
Okay? Thank you.
The Joey Mosley.
Take it with you.
Hello, my name is Keith Bogle with Premier Commons Fire Construction Outreach Program. I gave you guys a packet of the program that we're looking at. We're looking at get our youth off the street to teach them about the construction industry. And I'm going to have Joey Mosley to step into this, because I know we have 2 minutes. I'm sorry, Joey Mosley.
My name is Joseph Mosley. I own a road construction company. We participated in the Dan Ryan project. We participated in much of the work here in Chicago. In fact, 80% of our work takes place right here in the city. And constantly we get individuals that come up to us and they want to have a job. Problem is they lack training, but they were willing to work. So we've taken many, many individuals off the street, given them a job, provided them with training, and employed them. In fact, we're currently employing several individuals right now on construction projects in which we're working. With that in mind, we decided to form a 501c3 and provide a school so that we can provide them with training, because what happens is the jobs, when you're a minority contractor, the jobs are bidded so tight, there isn't room to be on the job site training people. The other side of the team, they're already trained, and those are the people that you're bidding against. So we formed a school that we can take individuals off the street, provide them with training, and then take them to the job site, since we own 2 construction companies, my brother and I. We own 2 different construction companies, and now we have a school that is a registered 501c3, and we're employing these individuals. And so far, every dime that we've spent has come out of our pocket. We've not received a cent of federal, state funding for any of this, but we realize that we hear all of these programs, that training dollars are out there, but we can't seem to get our hands on it. But yet we're the ones that are out there training these individuals and putting them on the job site. I just want to mention, in regards to that program he's talking about, Pembroke Commons Fire Construction Outreach Program, that program is an actual vocational school recognized by the State Board of Education. We also have, for one of our companies, our own apprenticeship program through the United States Department of Labor, which allows us to take an individual in any trade and train them and teach them. And that's what my brother was speaking about. That's what we've been doing. The package that everyone have there, we ask that you take the time to look over it, see and address the concerns that we have and what we're trying to do. And we're also going to leave a card in the back for any individuals that may have relatives or